In today's video, you'll learn quite a few things. I'll help you better understand each dribble package individually, dissecting them so we know which animations are best in that package so we can use it to its maximum potential. We'll go over a scheme of mine to beat defenders one-on-one, and we'll go over workouts I do to build muscle memory to help translate these combinations into online games. So if you're ready for all that, do me a favor by supporting the channel with a like. Make sure you're subscribed because we're almost at 100K. Let's get straight into it. So these are the animations that I'm rocking. And first, I know somebody's gonna say these aren't the meta animations. And to be fair, the tall guards just aren't meta this year, so who's to really say what animations are meta? These are the animations that I've been having the most success with, and on this style of build where I'm usually isoing and going north to south and not side to side because I'm not really three hunting on a build like this, these animations work great for me. Secondly, the tall guards got Kobe White dribbling animations, and if you're 6'6" with at least an 85 speed with ball, you got the Kobe White dribble style. Now my 6'7" build still gets the Kobe White dribbling animations at the 85 ball handle threshold, but if you're 6'6" with at least an 85 speed with ball or 6'5" with at least an 85 speed with ball, you can get this dribble style now. So that is a W. I recommend you guys try this dribble style out. Not exactly the meta size up, but it flows together with not really a meta behind the back, but you guys will see how I use these moves in today's tutorial. So make sure you guys have on these animations if you guys want to do exactly what I'm doing in today's video. So first, looking at the Kobe White dribble style animation, you can see we have a decent speed boost towards the ball hand. It's not like a sluggish animation that most of the other dribble styles offer, while still keeping that decent cross launch animation. This is the best dribble style to use. I don't know personally, but it's the best speed boost towards the ball hand we have on the tall guards. And if you're new to dribbling or new to the channel, your dribble style is just your speed boost towards the ball hand whenever you hold turbo to run out of moves, and it's also your speed boost towards the ball hand, otherwise known as a cross launch animation. Now using Drew Holiday's size up, the size up controls are any move standing still, flicking your right stick without holding turbo. So if I go up diagonal on the right stick, I'm going to get my size up crossover. If I go horizontally with the right stick towards the off ball hand, I'm going to get my size up in between the legs. And if I go down diagonal towards the off ball hand, I'm going to get my size up behind the back. And you see how Drew Holiday's package has that behind the back that kind of glides him almost like a Steve Francis cross animation. And we will definitely be using this to its maximum potential in today's video. We're using Kobe White regular breakdown combo that controls no turbo, flicking directly up on the right stick from a standstill position. And you will get this barrage of crossovers with the Kobe White regular breakdown. The Kevin Durant aggressive breakdown, the aggressive breakdown controls are holding turbo and then flicking up on the right stick. You will get this Kevin Durant aggressive breakdown combo, and we like this for the first two in between the legs here, but you can let it play out if you want to. Kobe Bryant escape moves. The escape moves are anytime like the sides up, similar to the sides up, but this time we're holding turbo. If we go up diagonal towards the off ball hand, we'll get our escape crossover. If we flick horizontally towards the off ball hand, we get our escape in between the legs. And this year escape packages also have combo moves within them. If you hold turbo, flick away from the ball hand and then towards the ball hand, this I'm going right left, I'll get a walk back animation, or I can go towards the ball hand and then away from the ball hand left to right, and you'll get a different animation that comes out of the escape moves package. What we want to take note of is his better animations, and that is the turbo crossover, this long animation here, and also his combo move going away from the ball hand and then back towards the ball hand. If the ball's in my left hand, I'm holding turbo, going right left, and we get a walk back animation. So these are the two animations we want to take note of and use to the maximum potential. Combo moves, we are using Pro. Now this is nothing flashy. Combo moves controls are without turbo and then flicking right left or left right depending on which hand the ball is in. So if we don't hold turbo and then flick away from the ball hand and then back towards the ball hand, in this case going right left real fast, you'll get this quick animation here. And then if we go towards the ball hand and then away from the ball hand, in this case flicking left and right without turbo, we'll get this animation here. For crossover, I'm using Austin Reeves. Nothing too crazy, just a little push cross to create separation and change the trajectory of where we're going. For the moving crossover, you can hold turbo or you don't have to hold turbo. Either way, you can still get the crossover animation, just going up diagonal towards the off ball hand with this package. And now the best hesitation in the game, the Tyrese Halliburton hesitation. I'll explain why it's the best in the game this year. It's the best in the game because his standing hesitation animation. If we hold right trigger and flick towards the ball hand while in a stationary position, in this case I'm flicking directly to the left, we'll get this animation here. And at the surface it doesn't look game breaking, but when you start to add this with other moves, it's almost like you're running out of a move. I don't know if you guys remember the left stick cancel from last year. Basically why this move is so effective is because it's a running motion, but your controls are still stationary, right? So you're in a running motion, so the defender thinks you're running left whenever they see this. they think you're running to the right. If you do it to the right, they think you're running to the right whenever they see this. But all of your controls are still standing controls. So I can still perform standing dribble move controls if I want to fake going to the right with the hesitation and then do the Drew Holiday sides up behind the back. I can really start to get shifty on these taller builds. More on that soon. Those are the first combinations we'll be going over. But the last thing here is the step back. We are using Luka's step back. And while I don't use this on the smaller guards, I use Devin Booker on the smaller guards for his quick stop. I do use Luka on the taller guards because, like I said, I'm going north to south. I'm usually in an ISO position, and I'm trying to get to the rim because I don't have no crazy shooting attributes on this build. And if I can't get to the rim, the snatch back from Luka Doncic just creates so much space. The three-point shot has to be there. So getting into combinations, a lot of my combos stem from the Tyrese Halliburton hesitation. Now, whenever you're practicing this in the my court, it's going to be different than how it's going to look on the game, right? Let me explain. Whenever you're in the my court, you want to spam the dribble moves. You're not going to spam the same dribble move in game because that's just not beneficial. You're just doing the same thing and you're just losing stamina. But whenever you're in the my court, you want to spam the dribble moves back together, back and forth, because you want to build that muscle memory in your hands. So if I want to really get down a simple combination, say I want to do the Tyrese Halliburton hesitation, I'm going to hold turbo, flick towards the ball hand, and then I'm going to let go of turbo and go down diagonal toward the right to get that size up behind the back. I'm going to want to do this back and forth in the my court, but not exactly in game because it won't be beneficial in game, but it will be beneficial in the my court because I'm building muscle memory. You're basically doing workouts with your thumbs. I'm going to hold turbo, go towards the ball hand, down diagonal away from the ball hand. And I'm going to hold turbo again, towards the ball hand, down diagonal away from the ball hand. And this is going to help you, doing this back and forth is going to help you read and react to which hand the ball is in game, and you're going to perform these moves a lot more consistently in game. I see a lot of people, they can do combinations easy in the my court, but they didn't really build that muscle memory to translate that into the game. So if I were to do it full speed, it would look something like this, and I almost messed up right there. But just doing these little workouts with your thumbs is going to benefit you translating that into the game. And this simple combination just one time can get you open because you're running to the left and then shifting your body to the right. And then we have counters to this simple combination. We can shift our defender going left and then shift him going back right. We may have the shot, but if we don't, we still have dribble moves in the bag, an arsenal of dribble moves that we can choose to do next. Right here is one of my favorite dribble moves to do or combinations to do, and that's why I have on the pro behind the back now over the Kawhi Leonard behind the back. Now Kawhi Leonard behind the back is really nice, but that's why I have the Drew Holiday sides up on to replace that Kawhi Leonard behind the back and kind of replicate it the best I can while still getting a good aggressive behind the back. So after we perform the hesitation, holding right trigger, flicking horizontally towards the off ball hand, letting go of right trigger, flicking down diagonal towards the off ball hand. Then we're going to hold turbo again and double flick down diagonal towards the off ball hand. And if we do it, we can't really do it slowly because off the aggressive behind the back, you have to combo into it. But if we just do a simple sides up behind the back into an aggressive behind the back, so I'm not going to hold turbo the first time, down diagonal towards the off ball hand with the Drew Holiday size up. And then I'm going to hold turbo and quickly flick twice down diagonal towards the off ball hand again. And you guys can practice this simple combination here just to get your flicks all down because this move has been very effective for me online. Now, one thing you have to watch out for is doing this aggressive behind the back. You need the space to do it or you'll drop the ball. If you do this into a defender, you'll drop the ball and it'll be a turnover. So you have to be cautious when using this move, but when used correctly, this move is very beneficial. And now you can get in other combinations with just the 3 moves. We can get into really good combinations to only the 3 moves that we just went over. We have the hesitation. Oh, sorry. Hold right trigger, horizontally towards the off ball hand. If the ball's in our right hand, we hold right trigger and go horizontally towards the off ball hand. We have the sides up behind the back, no turbo, flicking down diagonal towards the right stick or the off ball hand. And then we can double flick with holding turbo and we get the aggressive behind the back. And we can do a lot of combinations with just those 3 moves by just mixing up the rhythm of our dribbling. So if you guys been doing your workouts like this, you'll already be comfortable doing this back and forth. Now the good thing is, maximum twice back and forth in a real game, right? Like I said, you don't want to spam the same dribble moves because you're just wasting stamina and it's not that beneficial. But if we want to get out of this rhythm of dribbling, if we want to get out of that rhythm that we've already did maybe before, we can do 2 hesitations and 2 sides up behind the backs that we already learned. It'll look something like this. And then we can start mixing up the trajectory of how we want to drive to the rim. So if we do just a simple combination, we're going to drive to the rim going left, maybe when we want to attack the left side of the defense. But if we double it back and forth, we can attack the right side of the rim there. So changing up the rhythm of our dribbling is going to mix up the defense. Whenever they see this moves, they might think we're going to do a double behind the back and go straight to the left. And then we counter with another move. Oh, sorry, I messed that up. After this here, they think we're going to do an explosive behind the back to the left. But after that, we can do another hezi and a sides up behind the back. And then we can then do a behind the back going to the right. Or we don't have to do a behind the back. We can still explode off of this move here with the Kobe White dribble style. So with the hesitation, we can literally run out of the hesitation. And we don't get a slow animation running out of the hesitation. But he has to play this side right here. Because whenever I do the hesitation, I'm taking off to the left. If he doesn't play that side, we can then do the sides up behind the back going to the right. And then if he plays this, we can do another hezi behind the back. We have our explosive behind the back too. And we can then, again, mix up the rhythm of our dribbling. We don't have to do everything in that order. Maybe we do the hesitation and he plays that left and we want to take off. We can then do the double flick and aggressive behind the back. I know I'm going over this very slowly and just going over these 3 moves so far, but these 3 moves are very, very versatile and very useful. So again, if I hold right trigger, this combination, you can hold right trigger the entire time, so it may be easier for newer dribblers. Flicking horizontally towards the off ball hand, in this case the ball's in my left hand, I'm going to flick horizontally to the left. And then after that, I'm going to double flick down diagonal towards the off ball hand. So I'm holding right trigger, I'm going to do a hezi like I'm running to the left, and then I'm going to do the aggressive behind the back to go to the right and get to the rim pretty fast. That aggressive behind the back coming out of the pro behind the back is really fast, and you can definitely beat a lot of defenders using it. Same thing, if we want to cut out the hezi completely, maybe we don't want to fake going left, but we want to fake going right. We can do the sides up behind the back here to go to the right, and then we can combo that into the aggressive behind the back to kind of shift our defender. We're kind of shifted left and right. We're not running left and right. Like we're not, you know what I'm saying? We're not like doing the meta run left and right trying to hunt for a 3 real bad, but we are shifting left and right. Kind of shifting our defender because he has to play up whenever we shift because we're creating that separation between us and the defender. So, you know, we'll have open shots at the perimeter, so he has to play up, and then we can choose how we want to beat the defender to the rim, and then choose from there, after somebody rotates, how we want to pick apart the defense. Stemming from those 3 moves, we can then add in another move. Let's add in the Kobe Bryant escape package. Now, remember, his good animations are his crossover and his combo moves. So if we're ever in front of the 3-point line and we want to create a little bit more space, we can use his combo moves. Now, adding in his turbo crossover, maybe we turbo cross to the right, which we're going to hold right trigger, up diagonal to the right, like this. Then maybe after this, we want to fake run out of it, and then we're going to hold right trigger, flick to the right again, and then we can choose what we want to do from there. So we're adding in this turbo crossover, but we're not really mixing up our bag too much, just mixing it up to give the defenders different looks. So maybe I want to turbo cross into a hezi, into explosive behind the back. That's an effective combo right there. Maybe I double up the hezi with the sides up. Maybe I do a turbo crossover into a hezi, into a sides up behind the back, into a hezi, into an aggressive behind the back, right? These are all moves that we just learned. We're just mixing up the order of the moves and learning how to combo them together, building the repetitions to get down the muscle memory so we can translate this in game. The more you practice in your my court, the more it's going to show in game. So what I say, turbo cross into a hezi, into a hezi. I think I did an extra hesitation right there. You get the picture. And once you can combo all of your dribble moves in your arsenal, you can have full control of your my player and have full control of where you want to go and how you want to attack your defender. Again, I can turbo cross into a hezi, into an aggressive behind the back, the explosive behind the back, or I can turbo cross, add in a sides up behind the back there, and now we're really shifting side to side. We're not really doing hard dribble moves that we don't know. These are moves we already learned, but now we're just building the muscle memory to combo them together. Now some moves we can throw in and the different purpose of each package whenever I use them, right? Now, we use the Kobe White regular breakdown combo, no turbo, flicking up on the right stick. Now this dribble move, this dribble package, this dribble combination is kind of hard to tell which hand the ball's in because he switches it so fast, right? So I use this just so I can look up more. I don't want to dribble my head down. I want to do a barrage of dribble moves, but I don't want to just stop dribbling like this, because then the defender's going to know maybe he's calling a cut, maybe he's trying to look at us, maybe he's looking for something. I want to keep dribbling, right? I want to do my regular breakdown, and then I'm looking up the court, or I'm looking at my defender to see how he's playing me. The purpose of the aggressive breakdown combo and the combo moves is to throw in there to mess up the rhythm of my combinations. Now, the start of the Kevin Durant aggressive breakdown combo, I'm holding turbo, flicking up on the right stick, you'll get this barrage of dribble moves. But you see his first two tweens has a pause at the end. So he does a tween, and the ball is in my left hand. The ball is going to go back to my left hand. So tween, and the ball goes back into my left hand right here. And that's when I cancel it with another dribble move. But it's not complicated because the ball stays in my left hand. So I know my ball hand is my left hand, even when I do this double tween. It's going to the right and then right back to the left hand. So I can do the aggressive breakdown. It's going to go back to my left hand, and then I can start doing moves that I know will work if the ball is in my left hand. So I do the aggressive breakdown. I do the Tyrese Halliburton hesitation, and then I'm back into my combos. I'm doing the same combos I've been doing, but now I'm throwing in a different dribble move to mess up the rhythm, the order of my combinations, and to give the defense a different look. Same thing with the combo moves. Whenever I do the combo moves without holding turbo, flicking right then left, I know the ball is going to come back in my left hand. So I know that if the ball is in my left hand, I can do moves that work when the ball is in my left hand. If I want to do a size up behind the back to the right like this, if I want to do that, but I want to disguise it, I can then throw in a combo moves. My ball hand doesn't change, and then I can do the size up. So again, I'm giving the defenders different looks, but I'm not making the combinations complicated for me. The ball hand is still the same hand. So I want to flick down diagonal to the right for the size up. I just want to throw in a pro combo moves to give the defense a different look and reorder my combinations. And with this dribble style, I don't have to do one certain burst. I don't have to speed boost towards the ball hand, and I don't have to cross launch. With this dribble style, it's decent at both, so I'm not forced to go one way. Like if I do a size up behind the back right here, and I just want to take off, because you don't want to do the aggressive behind the back on the end of every combo, because you're going to turn the ball over. So if I want to just take off the sides up behind the back, I can hold turbo and then run out of that move. But if I don't want to go right and he cuts me off right, I can hold turbo and then run to the left and use my cross launch animation. Neither of those are overly slow, and both can be effective when dribbled into correctly. So I don't want to make this video too long, but I want you to understand three things. I want you to understand each move, each dribble package individually. The Tyrese Halliburton hesitation, the Drew Holiday size up, the pro combo moves, the Kevin Durant aggressive breakdown, the Kobe White regular breakdown combo, the Kobe Bryant escape moves. Hold on, there we go right there. And I want you to understand each move individually, the controls for each move individually, and what moves are best in that package so you can use that package to its maximum potential. Then after that, you need to learn the timing to combo each of these moves together. So comboing these simple moves, the Tyrese Halliburton hesitation, the Drew Holiday sides up, the aggressive behind the back, double flicking once you do a move, double flicking, and doing these moves, comboing these moves together in different rhythms. I need you to understand that. And then after that, it's all about building muscle memory in the moves, in the mix up of combinations, so you can better translate that into game, right? So try these little combinations out, try these animations out. I know they're not meta, but they work for me, and they're, who's to say what's meta and what's not? For real, who's to say what's meta and what's not? Try these moves out that I've been having success with, and if you find other moves along the way that you have more success with, that you personally like more, then use those moves. Have your own bag. throw my summer bag, combine my bag with your bag, combine with another YouTuber's bag, and watch other YouTubers dribble tutorials, combine everybody's bag with your own bag, and then you have unlimited bag. You know what I'm saying? But I'll still, keep trying to drop some gems, some dribble moves, some small dribble combinations that you guys can use and you guys can perform in game to help you guys, with your experience going into 2K25. But if you learned something from today's video, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe. We're almost at 100K, man. We're almost there. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. Happy Friday. Love y'all, boys. Catch you on the next one.